Hold up. You fill the petals. Hey, everyone.
This is a recipe for disaster,
And it makes me hungry for more.
Games, Brains A Head-Banging Life. 10 things we hate about the Viva Piñata Trilogy. We're talking Viva Piñata, Trouble in Paradise, and Viva Piñata Party Animals. I suspect, like me, Damon is probably going to focus quite heavily on Party Animals, as you'll see that never really cropped up in our love. So, let's start. And I will simply start with Party Animals. Ugh. So disappointing. I love Viva Piñata. I love Viva Piñata Trouble in Paradise. And then you get Viva Piñata Party Animals, and it's just mini games. It's not fucking a Viva Piñata game beyond the fact that the piñatas are in it. It's like they thought, oh, people don't like Viva Piñata games for Viva Piñata gameplay. They like it for the fucking kooky piñatas. No, we don't. It's an attempt to do Mario Party, but with piñatas. And it flopped for good reason.
Yeah. I mean, my first one's sort of similar. I just thought it's just actually a Viva Piñata game.
Yeah. Yes, it's not. I hate it. I really don't like it. Yeah, I have completed it. I would admit I have completed it because I was a bit obsessed with Viva Piñata at the time. Covering all the games. So you put Viva Piñata in. You're looking forward to this relaxing game, right? You're starting the original. Logos pop up, all that kind of thing. And then you hit an intro. And it is a song and dance number by the Piñatas. And you might already be like, you know what? This ain't for me. This ain't for me. Fuck that theme song. What the fuck is that about? I hate it. I can't skip that shit quick enough.
It's party time!
Viva Piñata, filled with fun.
Filled with fun!
Don't enjoy them all. Viva Piñata, filled with fun.
Filled with fun!
Viva Piñata, don't be enjoy them.
Welcome to picturesque Piñata Island. In its many gardens, all manner of piñatas live, dance, and dream that one day they will be chosen to entertain at a party as only piñatas can. Well, most piñatas, that is.
Oh, fudge! Shake it, shake it, shake it like a party animal. Break it, break it, break it like a party animal. Shake it, shake it, shake it like a party
Yeah, I remember putting on about a week ago to show my kids what a great game this was, and then that started happening. I was downstairs getting a drink, and it was still playing. I could hear it, and I come upstairs, and they both said to me, we're going to go in the other room.
Yes, can't blame them. It's obnoxious. It's obnoxious and irritating.
I don't get why they. I mean, I know they want to make them look lovable and cuddly and all stuff like that, but it's not a kind of game.
No. Did you have that one as well?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, right. I'll go again then. So one of the things you kind of forget, nostalgia makes you forget how restrictive the first game is in regards to how many buildings or piñatas you can have at one time. And it's really fucking restrictive. You kind of forget that you really can't have much at all. And it's kind of like, oh, and I understand not letting you have free reign to put as many as you want, but you can't help but think like it could have been a little bit more than what they let you.
Surprisingly, I've got that one too. Yeah, it was very. That really annoyed me. Getting to a point where you can only have like 15 buildings or something, like that, and a max of piñatas in your garden was so frustrating. Again, I'm going back to Harvest Moon, where the limitations on the animals was ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know, I understand they couldn't give you a free reign sim game of like literally you can have whatever you want, but surely you can have more than 10 buildings, and you ain't got to really keep deleting a building to build another one. You know, it's just. I want in a garden. You know, I want in a garden with like 100 piñatas running around. You know, if I can get 100 Pikmin, I can get 100 piñatas. Okay? But yeah, no.
I agree. Okay, we double up again. We're going to double up again on this one because up next is the mating mini games. That while initially quirky and cute, get old really fucking quickly. And the realization that you have to do it, you can't skip it. Not if you want them to mate every single time. And the more piñatas you have of that one style, the harder the mini game becomes. You will be sick of it by time. Absolutely sick of it.
Yeah, well, again, yeah, I've got that one too. I mean, the one specific one is the Little Wormies.
Yep, that's when you'll do the most.
Yeah, because obviously they are one of the most important ones which you need in the garden. But I mean, I think by the end of it, I stopped collecting all the coins. I gave up on the coins because you only got 13, so I just went straight to the end. And I think at some point on the later ones, I literally saw I had 4 lives. So I thought, you know what, it's a shortcut, threw 3 bombs, and I'm right there. That's how bored it was.
Yeah, which you can't blame it because it happens so much.
Yeah.
Talking about things that'll happen that you won't be happy. You had that one as well, of course, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. What if you've got this one then? That horrifying moment when you witness one of your piñatas eating the fucking other. And you realize you put 2 conflicting guys in and one of them is eating the other. And you're just like, no! Yeah, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yep, I've got that one too.
Yeah.
It's so frustrating, literally, buddy. You work so hard to get a specific piñata, and then you're trying to get a second one so they can mate, and you turn around, and that one's been eaten.
Yep, absolutely. It's absolutely. And tying into that, although not as severe, but still infuriating, when you have no choice but to have piñatas that don't get along in your garden. And all they want to do is fucking fight. And you need to stop them fighting before the other kills them. So all you're constantly doing is pouring water over their heads to stop them fighting. They'll back off each other for a bit. You'll carry on doing what you're doing. And next thing you know, the music's playing again. And again. And you're like, you pair of cunts, stop.
Again, I've got that one too. I found, for me personally, I found it was the little frog, the frog toad creature, always fighting with the little worm creature. Yeah. Always fighting. And I got so annoyed by it that I actually built a big fence across my garden to stop them from getting to each other.
That's the way, isn't it? Cage them off.
And if not, I used to beat them with my shovel. So
I always remember having the frogs in a very small, caged off environment with a pond and just being like, you guys are staying in there. You're never getting out because all you want to do is row at everything. Talking about things that cause rows, though, the fucking destruction that Professor Pester can cause. So he's basically the overarching villain, and he'll come into your garden, and you need to try and stop him. At first, you can't really. Later on, you'll be able to get shovels that can bang him on the head and stop him and send him running off. But that dude will wipe out pinatas with ease. Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely chaos.
I actually didn't have that one, so that's a good one.
Yeah.
I've got one. It's from the first one. Well, he's one of the main characters, but Cedo guy. The guy
yeah.
Now, obviously, you can beat him with your shovel if you want to, and he drops seeds. but it's some point where he gets angry, and he stands outside, and then just decides to throw like 50 seeds in your garden, and most of them are bad. So your pinatas will start eating them. And then you got to bloody call your doctor out. And by the time you call the doctor out, the geezers come along to kill half your pinatas. Yeah, it's so frustrating because, I have had a beating him with a shovel. So.
They don't beat him with a bloody shovel, innit? That's the idea. Do you remember Pinata Vision?
Yeah.
So, Trouble in Paradise had this interesting system that was tied to achievements as well, which is where it's bang out of order. There used to be a camera way before Kinect existed. This little white camera that was like it was a web camera basically that you plugged in the Xbox 360 and you could play certain games. It was an early version of Kinect, so to speak, but without the movements, mainly to do with camera. Trouble in Paradise decided to use that where you could scan codes that were pinatas that weren't always available in the game. That system. When I eventually got around to playing Trouble in Paradise, those code cards had long gone. Now, thankfully, the internet provided you with the codes that you could print off on the paper and then scan. But what the fuck? I hate it when games tie things to a specific peripheral or time or event that doesn't exist anymore or is out of stock or unavailable or just old and gone. Or, you know what I mean? It's like tying an achievement to playing the game on a specific date and stupid shit like that. Yeah, I hated that about Trouble in Paradise. It's one of the biggest negatives.
Yep. And again, I got that one there, but I had it down as trading pinatas.
Yeah.
Because I mean, before I started playing that game, I didn't realise you could print it off to get the achievement. So on my Xbox game list, I haven't got that one yet.
Oh.
Because I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah. You can find the codes online and print them off.
Well, I'll have to try and do that now. But I mean, when I found out, when I found out that achievement was no longer could get it within the normal way, yeah. I don't know why they design games like you said. Why create an achievement where it's basically you can't get it?
Yep. Unless you jump through hoops, man. Unless you jump through some serious hoops. My second last one, Rare Replay. So Rare Replay was released on the Xbox One a couple of years back, and it was a collection of Rare games, Rare being the company. Yeah? You've heard of Rare Replay?
Yeah, of course.
So from the very start all the way to the very end of their lifetime, so to speak. But it admitted some of the biggest games of Rare's history. There's no GoldenEye on it. There's no Donkey Kong Country and stuff like that. But it did include quite a lot of good stuff like Perfect Dark, Conker's Bad Fur Day, Banjo-Kazooies and stuff like that. It also included the Viva Piñata games, except for this problem. What I fucking hate about Rare Replay and how it ties into Viva Piñata is the versions of Viva Piñata that it gives in. Because my first thought with Rare Replay is, oh my God, cool. I'll get to earn all the achievements again. An encouraging reason to go back and play. No. Nope. Rare Replays, Viva Piñatas, are just the Xbox 360 versions. That's it. So if you've already completed them to everything you can do in that game, that's it. That's it. It's the same thing. You will not, all the extras you've already unlocked because the game recognizes you've done them. There's no new achievements. It was the same for the Banjo-Kazooies as well. And I was so annoyed about that it wasn't re-released versions. Instead, they just took the Xbox 360 versions, jammed them into Rare Replay. So even when you load them up, you get the Xbox 360 symbol and all that. So fucking annoying. Yeah.
Sounds like they cut corners just to try and make a bit extra cash.
Exactly that.
I didn't have that one. I've got it's a specific item. You've got to have it in your garden.
Yeah.
To attract a moth. So it's a torch.
Yes.
It's a flaming torch. Now, I don't know about you, but the amount of times my pinatas set themselves on fire.
The flying ones used to fly into it.
It's flying into it, the moss and all that, and he's to set himself on fire, and they'll either blow up or explode into candy, or they'll really get pissed off and then leave your garden.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right, my last one. It really needs a sequel, man. It needs a sequel on modern consoles with modern graphics and what could possibly be done with it. However, truth be told, we're not going to get it. We're never going to get it, I think, because ignoring Party Animals, Trouble in Paradise is now 12 years old. So there's not been a new Viva Piñata game in that style since 2008. We're not getting a new Viva Piñata game anytime ever again, realistically.
No.
I think that's shit. Because think about what a modern console could do.
I mean, I haven't got that down, but I've got sort of like, you know, I would love to have a Sim City version.
Yeah, bigger version.
You know,
Yeah.
just a massive map. You know, like a bloody I don't know.
Several gardens.
Yeah, like a theme park version.
You can have the limitations of gardens, but allow it so you have several gardens. So,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. There you go. There are stuff to hate about Piñata as much as we do love the original two games and not so much Party Animals. What are you going to do? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. You can check us out on gbhbl.com as well as on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and Tumblr. Go to Patreon to help us out over there. That's patreon.com/gbhbl, as well as Big Cartel, where you can find some of our merchandise. We have a podcast running on SoundCloud and Apple Podcasts. And of course, if you like this video, do us a favour, hit the subscribe button and help the channel grow. Games, horror and heavy metal. What else is life for?